He'll be all right. He's not a baby anymore. They didn't mean to do it.
Don't do it, David. Keep out. You'll blow the whole thing if you charge out there.
He's supposed to be looking after them. Why the hell doesn't he do it?
Why don't you go back to the office? You're not doing any good here.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm on free education by the courtesy of my wife's new husband, Mr. Patrick Bobel. How to bring out the rising generation. Well, not my kids.
It can get just as rough in Kensington Gardens, especially when the nannies join in.
Crummy streets and a crummy playground and the sort of weather where you need to be a polar bear to stay comfortable.
You'll be leaving in a minute.
It's the only considerate thing about him. Regular habits. Like bloody breakfast food.
This is the story of friend Bell to date. 2 weeks of it. It'll be an item for shoe leather and expensives.
Thanks, Sidney. I know it's not funny for you.
Even less funny for you. Don't worry about it. He won't have them much longer.
Hope and pray.
This office has been impossible for the last 2 weeks. It's like a Swiss clock with a cuckoo missing.
If they were your children and you wanted custody, you'd be working at it full-time, too.
That's just what I'm squawking about. I can understand David rushing around like a dispossessed Abraham, but if he's trying to get the tribe back, why doesn't he take a holiday and do it full-time?
I've been given a reserve figure for the Northampton development. Perhaps you would confirm it in writing.
Very well, Mr.
And I would be
Carson.
glad if you, Mr. Finn, would have a word with that strange Swedish lady. I would rather she took her divorce elsewhere.
Well, the details are a bit messy.
Which is stating it mildly. If we put up evidence of this nature, we should be guilty of pornography.
I never thought I'd be glad to see Henry Castleton charge in and help. I could get used to it. A shop full of conveyancing and prayer meetings before morning coffee.
Everything all right?
No panics, don't worry.
That's what everybody's telling me these days. They should invent pills for it.
They have. Want some?
Good morning, David. Let us see you to sign here.
I'll look at them later. Do you want to see this stuff Sidney's dug up on Bell?
If it's relevant.
Just look at where they're going to school now. One blackboard jungle with real live animals.
That's hardly Bell's fault.
It's his fault my kids are there. Look at those figures for delinquency in the area. We've got a head start on Alcatraz in its prime.
Bell has a perfectly good reason for being there. He's trying to improve the conditions that you're so angry about.
And sticking my 2 children in as a human sacrifice to prove how saintly his ideals are. He's got no right. Just look at that.
David, listen to me. You're behaving like a blasted client. You're supposed to be a solicitor. You can black out your wife's second husband as much as you like. But this is what clients do, not solicitors. Now go through the law on it. There is one primary consideration in every custody case. And that consideration is the welfare of the children.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I disagree. Your whole attitude suggests a bitter personal feud with this man Bell.
All right, Henry. I'm off the boil. And Bell doesn't bother me. Just his beliefs. You're right, I'm too involved.
Well, that's the first battle won. The fact that you can admit it. Ask Mr. Findon to come in. I think we ought to engage counsel. Charles Wainwright's the man I suggest.
We don't need counsel. We can handle it from here.
Not very bright. Julia will have counsel, and a good one.
Well, not as good as we are, nor as well prepared.
If I am to act as your solicitor in this, David, I'm telling you, engage counsel. You have applied to vary the custody order and regain control of your children's lives. Now, be objective about it. The decision rests with one judge in chambers. If you lose there, it is almost certain that you will spend the next 10 years in unsuccessful appeals. One man, one judgment.
And my children.
Which will be what the judge cares about. Talk to Wainwright. He owes us a favor, too. He's good and he's hungry. He's right for us.
All the vast and complicated machinery of the law grinding into motion, slow and careful. And yet I still want to strangle that bastard Bell.
Mr. Findon, perhaps you would be good enough to arrange a consultation with Mr. Wainwright today, if possible.
Henry, there's one thing. This still doesn't stop me using my wits. I still think a little insurance is called for. Mr. Wainwright, my case for wanting to regain custody of my children is fairly simple. I believe that my ex-wife's current husband is an unsuitable person to be entrusted with their care.
And your reasons?
He's taken them away from good schools because he doesn't believe in private education. He stopped their religious instruction. He doesn't believe in that either. He's moved them to an area where the local hooligans have gang fights like other kids have lollipops.
Do the children show signs of personal neglect?
No, not so far as I can see.
Is there any evidence of ill treatment or cruelty?
You don't know their mother. She'd take a carving knife to him if that happened.
Then it would seem that the only grounds we have are that your Mr. Bell leads his life according to his beliefs, which are not yours. Mr. Maine, you were the so-called guilty party in the divorce.
Yeah, the full 4-poster routine, 2 sets of early morning tea just to make sure.
I'd rather not discuss that. Yes or no?
Yes.
Custody cases are never easy. It takes a great deal to convince judges that young children should be taken away from their mothers. From what you've shown me and told me of Mr. Bell, I hardly think we have sufficient evidence at the moment.
I'll get the evidence. Now push it down Bell's throat.
Mr. Maine, I would recommend that you limit your own involvement in the legal process to a minimum. You are, after all, the father.
I'm also supposed to be a fairly good lawyer.
So I hear. I suggest very strongly that you refrain from practicing in this particular case.
Mr. Wainwright, there can only be one solicitor in charge of any case. In this instance, the solicitor is me.
That being so, Mr. Maine, I wondered if I could have a word with your solicitor. What I would really like to know, Mr. Castleton, is how you intend to control your client. I've heard about David Maine.
You what?
Yeah, man. I want you to ring the best employment agencies you can find and tell them to start shipping over housekeepers.
If you say so. Anything particular in mind? Something sultry, I should think.
No, anything but. I want some nice, comfortable body with a good line in starched aprons and 14 recipes for cocoa. And impeccable references. References are important.
You're not serious. You don't even live in the house. It's empty. You roost here like some mobile filing tray.
I'm deadly serious, Sarah, and I can always move back.
Well, it might be a good thing if you did. You can't live forever on cheese sandwiches and gin. When did you last have a decent meal?
Man's greatness is determined by the fewness of his wants.
Well, the Yogi Bear who said that wore a loincloth and weighed 8 stone.
I was going to ask if I could buy you dinner tonight. 5 stars. 6 if I can find them.
Just dinner?
Now, one appetite at a time. Think of the shock to my constitution.
I'd better get that housekeeper quickly.
Is that from Sydney? Has he called in?
There are other things happening in the world, boss. It's a message from our bank manager. He wants a favour.
Oh, he wants a favour. That makes a switch, with our overdraft bulging out of the vault.
He's sending round a Mrs. Clifford. He would appreciate it if you'd find time to see her personally.
Well, look, Peter, you handle it. I'll try to sit in.
If you're here.
Yes? Yes, he's here. It's Sydney for you.
Good.
Well, David Maine's secretary rang. I've got an appointment tomorrow.
I'll go with you. I still don't know why you didn't choose Bernstein. You got Murray off that receiving charge.
Judge must have been fast asleep. I hope Maine's as good as they say he is.
You don't have anything to worry about.
Worry? That's almost the worst part. This year, next year, all the years.
I asked Sarah to leave about £200 for me.
What?
It's on David's personal account. I heard Sarah send for it.
I'm curious to know why sums like this are necessary.
Well, simple. Sydney drops fivers like confetti and people talk their heads off to it.
Sounds highly irregular.
It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, we manage to show a profit.
Oh, if David rings, tell him I'm catching the sleeper to Liverpool, will you?
With pleasure, sooner you than me. British Rail's travelling vibro massage.
Pity to waste the alcohol.
Pity to waste anything. You really can't go on like this, you know. This is the only night for weeks that you haven't been in the office till the small hours.
If I'm going to spend the days on my own problems, the clients get looked after at night.
Well, I can tell you I was glad to see Henry Castleton. So was everybody else.
Including me in a strange way. You know, it's never happened before. Being a client, I mean. You want to get involved, and you're the wrong side of the desk. So I can just lie there and admire the bedside manner. Even Peter's practicing his on me.
You're not leaving it alone, though, are you?
Can't, love. They're my children. It's got to be my wits that try to protect them. And Sydney's. I built a machine called a solicitor's office. I've never needed it as much as I do now.
I rang the office. Sydney's going to Liverpool. What do you expect him to find out?
Some facts, some gossip. I've met Bell twice. I know why Julia married him. Kind, gentle, predictable. But I got a feeling there's something under it. I want to find out about some of the battlefields where they left scars on him.
I rather liked what I saw of him. I can see it'd be a rather relief after someone like you. For Julia, I mean.
I suppose so. Well, I hope he's everything he says he is. Everything Julia says he is. But I'm still going to get custody.
Everyone says it's hopeless.
Except me, and they're my children.
Will you do something for me? Will you try and remember what made you give custody to Julia in the first place? Of your own free will and with love.
I remember. Kids don't belong on my sort of merry-go-round. I love them, but I know where they belong. And it's with their mother. If I care about them at all, and I do, that's the only place for them.
You sound as if you still mean that.
I do, but I can't just hand them over to Bell, not now. Look, I saw my son this morning. He's never been the brightest kid on earth, but he's always been happy. I've never seen him cry like that.
Perhaps you're trying to protect him too much.
Yeah, perhaps. Where I come from, that's what a father's for. There's got to be some sort of compromise possible. Schools, a place to live. I'd like you to think about it very seriously.
Hence the expense account surroundings.
If you've had a plain omelette and a glass of water, that isn't Babylon.
I very seldom eat lunch, especially in places like this.
You'll admit I've had more experience of custody cases than you have. I've seen parents selfish enough to tear children in half. Tears, threats, emotional blackmail.
I did not apply to vary the custody order, Mr. Maine. You did.
And I'm still willing to stop.
On conditions which I find unacceptable. Mr. Maine, you and I are opposed in just about every possible way. I consider myself responsible for bringing up your children. My wife thinks the same. I'm sorry if this offends you, but those children are going to be brought up my way.
No, with your beliefs, not their own.
I think that is irrelevant. You've had a lot of experience of the law. I've had a lot of experience of children. And don't forget, I have other principles, too, held just as strongly. One of them is that children need affection, care, concentration, things you weren't very good at.
You've had 2 chances to settle this amicably, Mr. Bell, and turned them both down. If you ask Julia, she'll tell you I have a habit of winning. I'm going to win this one. And I can tell you what will happen afterwards. You'll have your wife in an empty house in a slum district without her children. And in 6 months, you'll have her in a mental home. And that's not a threat, Mr. Bell. That's a prediction.
I don't believe in soothsayers. Nothing you've said gives me the slightest reason to change my mind. I can't. Thank you for lunch. And I am sorry you wasted your time.
No sugar, thank you.
Right. Mr. Maine shouldn't be long, Mrs. Clifford. I'm afraid he won't be able to handle the case personally, but I do know he wants to supervise it, so I'd rather wait for him.
I think it's just our joint bank manager being a bit of an old woman. As far as he's concerned, there's only one solicitor in town.
I'm sure he won't be long.
No luck. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mrs. Clifford. Taxi trouble.
That's quite all right.
Now, what can we do for you?
I'm an antique dealer. I have a couple of shops and a market stall. About 18 months ago, 2 hooligans came into the shop and wanted money. They knocked me about, rather. The police caught them and they went to prison, but they're both out now, and I want to know what I can do about restitution.
Restitution for what, Mrs. Clifford?
When they'd finished hitting me, I was totally blind and have one arm paralyzed. Thank you.
Any chance that your sight will come back? It does sometimes.
None at all. I've brought the doctor's reports with me. Don't misunderstand me. It's not vengeance I'm after. I need my eyes and hands to make a living. I deal in silver and period furniture. I don't want a fortune. Just enough money for somebody to look after me. Come round the auctions with me. Describe things to me. It seems unfair that the 2 people who blinded me should be walking around earning money. I know they've been punished. I have no complaints about that. But I want to go on living, too.
What sort of sum were you thinking of?
I don't know. Just enough for somebody to look after me.
There's something called the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board. It's supposed to look after victims of violent crime.
I don't want charity, Mr. Maine.
You will make an application, nevertheless.
I don't want charity, Mr. Maine. All I want to do is make a living, and I want the people who crippled me to help me make that living. That's all.
Finished?
Oh, thank you very much.
Are you in antiques as well?
Something like that. If I can move it, I can try to sell it. Most of it she taught me. Is there much of a chance?
I don't really know, not yet.
She's not greedy, you know. Come on, love.
We'll be in touch very soon, Mrs. Clifford.
Thank you.
You know, I'm going to get a pair of specs like that. Then the boys will think we've both got a hangover. Yeah, there.
Bye.
Ta-ra.
Peter, take it very easy on this one. It's not as simple as it looks.
What?
Happens all the time, love. The yobbo sees somebody hit John Wayne with a bottle, and Big John just shakes his head. But life isn't like that. The human skull's too fragile. But if they put X-ray technicians in cowboy films, slow down the action.
Sometimes I think he's not human.
He's human enough. He just does a good job of hiding it.
Let me take you through the procedure, Mr. Bell. Your wife's ex-husband has taken out a summons to vary the custody order originally granted with his consent. A change of mind of this nature at such a time is probably to our advantage. His application is supported by written evidence on oath. This is countered by another affidavit filed by your wife. I now want to discuss the evidence you will give. This will then go before a judge in chambers who will make a decision.
What happens if it should go against us?
Oh, there is an appeal procedure, but I doubt very much whether you will lose custody. And if Mr. Maine invokes the appeal procedure, his chances of success are extremely slight.
I hope you're right. My wife's keeping the children away from school just in case she loses them. I've argued, but it's no good. It's all I can do to take them out to play. She says she wants every minute she can get.
That's understandable. There are very few cases more distressing than those involving custody.
She's awake most nights. She keeps going into the room just to look at them, and if this goes on, she'll make herself ill.
I can only repeat that I see no grounds for worry or concern. I am aware of David Maine's reputation,
That's just the trouble, so is she.
But given these facts, I don't think Maine or his reputation are capable of altering them. I'll settle the papers, Mr. Bristow.
Do you know where we might next see Sidney Bulmer?
I don't know, Mr. Castleton. Oh, he did telephone this morning to say he was back from Liverpool. David Maine's office? It's Julia, David's ex-wife. It's for you. She sounds hysterical.
David's not here. You must advise her to telephone her own solicitor.
But she sounds desperate.
I'll do as I say, Miss Courtney.
I'm afraid there's nobody available. I'm sorry. Try your own solicitor. Perhaps he can help.
It isn't always pleasant, my dear. There will always be a lot of misery, and sometimes the law isn't any real answer.
Come on.
It was only 30 quid. He wanted 50. And the marks are all right.
Oh, I wish I could see. These legs are all wrong. Ask Murray what he thinks. Don't worry, George. At least it's worth what you paid for it.
I'll tell Murray 50. Catch him as he falls down.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Findon. Everything's taking about 20 times as long as it used to.
Oh, I'm in no hurry. It's a good job I didn't bring my wife, though. You've got some lovely stuff here. To go through the place like a vacuum cleaner.
It's not being replaced by very much, I'm afraid.
Anyway, the case is all in hand, and I've briefed counsel. I'm afraid it isn't going to be cheap.
Don't worry about the bill. I'll use some of the money the compensation fund paid me.
That doesn't make me feel any better. I have the names of the two boys. They have some political solicitor acting for them. On legal aid yet.
They're entitled to.
Anyway, they've been served with a High Court writ. We're pushing it a bit, so the hearing should be fairly soon. If we save time, we save money.
I'm very grateful to you.
No, not at all. Shall I hang on until George gets back?
I shouldn't do that. It'll take at least 6 pubs to find Murray. George gets very thirsty when he's worried about a valuation. Just tell Mrs. Henriquez next door, if you would.
Well, if you're sure. I'll see you soon.
Do you want some tea, Sidney?
No, whiskey. In a bucket if you can find one.
Way past opening time.
This stuff's marvellous, Sidney, if we can put it together with the rest.
I can do that tomorrow. The Life and Times of Patrick Edward Bell. Some of the paperwork's a bit scruffy, but the signatures are all good.
What they want?
Just putting out feelers. Apparently Bell's solicitors want us to agree to give oral evidence.
What do you say?
Well, I refuse, naturally. If they want to try and get up and spout, well, that's up to them.
So let's get back and tell them we've changed our minds.
I think you ought to have a word in private, David.
You would, wouldn't you? You'd trot in with the evidence and the punch-up start. And where's my stick of Liverpool rock?
Believe it or not, I ran out of money.
David, I'm advising you for your own good. We can't agree to oral evidence.
Henry,
Yet
if
I
you-
know this outrages your vanity. I know you think that any opportunity to get on your feet will improve our situation, but it won't. You'll lose your temper, flay counsel, probably the judges will, and we're very, very lucky if we escape contempt of court. That's why they want oral evidence. And I daren't risk it. Not at a hearing which may be our only chance.
No, Henry, it won't be like that. I want to say 2 things. 1, why the children will be better off with me. 2, my admiration for Julia as a mother. Now, look at this.
Now, leave it to Wainwright. Leave it to me.
I am doing.
No, you're not.
I want to see Wainwright, and I want Patrick Edward Bell on his feet, and then I'm leaving it to you. The form, the approach, the procedure. This isn't an ordinary case, Henry. It's about my children. I'll leave it to you, but you're going to have to use my rules.
I don't think Wainwright will agree.
In that case, we get another counsel.
And another solicitor.
No, Henry. I wouldn't want that. Believe me, I know what I'm doing. I'm sure. I have to be sure they're my children.
Very well, David. I'll get Bell's solicitors, and the judge can decide.
Your Honor, you have heard Mrs. Bell, and because of her distress, I am glad that it has been possible for her to be excused. I gather there is no dispute that Mrs. Bell is eminently qualified to act as a mother for her children. This is corroborated by Mr. Maine. I now call Mr. Bell, if it please you, Your Honor.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Patrick Edward Bell, you have been a schoolmaster for how long?
18 years.
And you are now deputy headmaster of a school with 800 pupils.
That is correct.
You are aware, therefore, of the responsibilities due to children, and were aware of these when you married.
Very much so.
At least their position of denying liability. All the judge has to sort out is how much. If anything,
Don't tell me. The typing pool's overloaded and I've got to type the accounts. My fingers are down to the bone already.
I think of what you'll save on nail polish.
Mr. Wainwright.
Mr. Bell, I believe you have discontinued the children's religious instruction. Is this correct?
Yes.
May I ask why?
Because I cannot believe in the existence of God.
May I ask, then, if the oath which you have just taken is considered to be binding by you?
I intend to speak the truth, if that's what you mean.
You have also removed both children from their private schools.
I'm strongly against the whole concept of private education.
Are the children doing as well in their new schools?
I don't know yet. There hasn't been time, but they will, don't worry.
Mr. Bell, I would ask you now to compare the school reports shown in our affidavit.
How did you get these?
Mr. Bell, if school results continue to deteriorate, would you consider re-entering the children in private schools?
No.
Not in any circumstances?
I'm afraid not.
Another principle, Mr. Bell.
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Bell, your first marriage was childless. Did you at any time try to adopt children?
Why, yes. How do you know?
You were refused 3 times after full investigation by 3 adoption societies.
I don't see where this is getting us. It's past. It doesn't matter.
You know the reasons for these refusals?
I do not.
In 1958, Mr. Bell, you were teaching in Manchester, your first headmastership. Why did you leave there?
I'd gone as far as I could go.
You were asked to leave, Mr. Bell.
Because I wanted comprehensives and the Education Authority didn't. I'm not on trial for my beliefs. Besides, that's all settled now.
You left a teaching post in Liverpool. Why?
Answer the question, Mr. Bell.
I'd rather not. Do I have to put up with this kind of witch hunt?
Mr. Bell, consider very seriously the consequences of your present attitude. You will answer the question.
I was sacked.
Why?
Because parents complained. They said I was using the cane too much. Well, how else do you beat sense into hooligans who think they can smash up a classroom and then make everything better with one visit to the priest? Look, how did he find out about all this? Look, you can't argue with some children. You have to tell them, do their thinking for them. In the end, they thank you for it. All right. So I used force once, but I wouldn't now. I don't. I know better. I know a lot better.
Would you agree that there is more than one kind of force, Mr. Bell, moral as well as physical?
Yes, well, of course.
That'll be all, Mr. Bell.
But what has all this got to do with my wife and children? If she loses those children, she'll kill herself. Well, ask Maine. He knows it. He told me.
Mr. Bell, tell me this.
The auction's next week. Ginger will drive you up there. It's only in Warwickshire.
Why should he? It's mainly silver. He knows as much about it as I do.
I'll spring you the money to buy with and we'll split the profit 3 ways.
No, George. When I start auctions again, it'll be for me, not as a passenger. That doesn't stop me being grateful.
No need. You just like being stubborn.
This is a business for soloists. That's why we're all in it. That's why I want money to train somebody, a beginner. Their eyes, my brains.
Look, you could have a partnership with 6 people. It'd snap your hand off.
More charity, old time's sake. Even if I could stand it, how long would it last?
You wait till you win this case. You'll have half the Cali down here on the tap for buying money.
If I win.
You win, come on. All the customers are skint and the pubs are open. Come on.
It is, of course, the interests of the children which must be paramount. I've read the very careful affidavits filed by the parties, and I've heard them give evidence. Mr. Bell has at no time evinced any interest which I consider to be genuine in the welfare of these children. Nor has his demeanor here today led me to believe that he is concerned with anything but his own motives, beliefs, and principles. I'm aware it's a very serious thing to take young children out of the care of an able and loving mother. But I'm also aware that so long as she has charge of them, these children will be brought up by Mr. Bell, and according to his beliefs. I've made my opinion of Mr. Bell quite clear. I therefore order that the custody of these two children be given to the father, Mr. David Maine, and that this order take effect forthwith.
I should have known. You and your whole stinking crew of bloody lawyers.
Work for him, just like me. You're not paid to do his worrying. Hold his hand, dry his eyes. He got custody, didn't he? He got what he wanted.
Never seen him so quiet. He was sitting in the kitchen with the housekeeper fussing around. She'd given him boiled fish for supper and he was eating it with a polite smile. He hates boiled fish.
It's good for him. And he pays her wages. All he's got to do is tell her bacon sandwiches or else.
Then the two children came in to say goodnight. The little girl didn't know whether to kiss him or not. The little boy called him sir.
Oh, Sarah, turn it off. What do you expect? How often has he seen them? What does he know about them, even before the divorce? Give him time.
But he cares so much.
All he cares about is the law. Everything else is incidental, which is why he's so good at it. Look at the way he put the custody case together, like a rat trap, using everything he knew.
I know all this, but to see it so out of his element, out of his depth, with something as simple as affection.
Sarah, that's how he is.
Not really.
Oh, for God's sake, why didn't you trip over there and make him an offer? Book the bridal suite somewhere, give him a chance to practice.
You really don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Yes, I do. But David's on his own because he wants to be on his own. Adults understand this. Sometimes. Julia didn't. Children never do. Give him time, it'll all be all right. Look. Tonight's your night for problems. Work your way through the file on Mrs. Clifford. She's blind as well as lonely.
Save your money. That's the best advice I can give you.
I've got to appeal. I've got to give my wife some sort of hope.
Even if it doesn't exist?
But it does.
No, Mr. Bell. I can sympathize with you because I share some of your views, but not your method of imposing them.
I'm talking about my wife. Those children are half her life. 3/4, and I'm a stranger. I'm frightened to leave the house in the morning because I don't know what I'll find when I get back. Do something, please.
Well, we can lodge notice of appeal and you can take that back to her. But I have to tell you, it's futile and you're only postponing whatever it is you're frightened of.
I could have seen Friedler outside.
Not this one. He's fast and he's tricky.
Mrs. Clifford has a cast-iron case.
No case is cast iron. Especially if Mark Friedler's decided to represent the two hooligans.
Mr. Friedler to see Mr. Findon.
Hello, David. Nice to see you again. This must be Mr. Findon. How do you do?
How do you do?
I just thought we might have a chat about this Clifford case, just between ourselves. Look at the facts. You know as well as I do, it's straight persecution. It's ridiculous.
I don't call a blind woman trying to earn a living ridiculous.
That's unfortunate, I agree, but I think we should look at the whole background before we rush into court.
What background? A violent, vicious robbery?
For which my clients have paid the full penalty exacted in law by a democratic society, who now deserve a second chance.
Which is more than Mrs. Clifford will get.
Peter, you should know about Mr. Friedler. He's the grandson and junior partner in a very good family firm. It makes a fortune out of conveyancing and probate.
Hardly a fortune, but very nicely, David, thank you. And did I hear a touch of envy there?
Oh, we get by. This gives Mr. Friedler the chance and the money to exercise his social conscience. Welfare societies, prison rehabilitation, that sort of thing. Gets his name in the papers rather a lot. Champion of the underdog.
I'm not ashamed of it. I know your views. You're entitled to regard the law, if you wish, as a straightforward commercial undertaking.
But then I'm not a prospective parliamentary candidate full of good works. I don't want to use the law as a springboard into politics.
My ambitions are fairly well known. They're also irrelevant in this context.
You mentioned the word chat between ourselves, so end of chat. Let's make it formal and talk business. Peter?
I want you to persuade your client to drop this absurd claim for damages.
I'd like to hear the reasons.
Let me tell you about my clients. 2 boys, 21 years old. They both come from a poor area. Poor schools, poor homes, One of them's the product of a broken marriage. They're not criminal, just foolish, misguided. They grew up without guidance, without skills. They come from a downgraded environment which every one of us in this room can count himself fortunate to have escaped.
So do a lot of people. This doesn't give your clients the right to turn hooligan, beat a middle-aged woman until she's blind and crippled.
Not a right, a reason, resulting in an incident which has been resolved in law. And your client can claim a payment from the Criminal Injuries Compensation Fund.
Maybe £8,000 for the loss of her sight and paralysis in one arm. Why should she?
Because that's what Parliament set it up for, to compensate victims of violent crime.
She calls this charity. Any money she gets, she wants from the people who made her blind. And the law says she can.
She'll be compensated.
Adequately, do you think?
Well, that's not for me to say.
Why not? Just the cause for you to sink your shiny social teeth into. Reforming the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board, which is overcautious, never uses cross-examination to dig up facts and against which there's no appeal. But then I don't suppose there are many votes in that, are there? And your party masters might crack down.
I've heard of your recent problems, Maine, and the strain you've been under, so I'll tolerate a certain amount of offensiveness. Just.
Forget about my problems. You don't have to tolerate anything on their account. The question is our client's right and ability to go on making a living.
I still want you to persuade your client to drop this case. It can only cost her money, which she can ill afford, and result in the further harassing of two boys whom society has already punished enough, who need kindness and help.
We're not dropping the case.
You may regret it.
We'll take that chance.
All right?
Yeah, it's fine. Now, where are your glasses and your stick?
In the back.
Right.
I'm not taking them with me.
Why?
Because I don't want to. I'm not begging for anything.
Good morning. I thought we'd take my car. It's easy for parking, and then when we get there, the court's a bit tricky to find.
That's very kind of you. Do all your clients get this service?
Oh, only those we like. Besides, I might want your opinion one day on the family silver. Both knives and forks.
Come on.
Anne, will you take this down to the typing pool and see it through by 4 o'clock? It's very urgent. How did it go?
Short and very sweet. The judge awarded Mrs. Clifford £15,000.
That's marvellous.
If we can collect it. Peter's with Mrs. Clifford now. Friedler got slapped down. Did Julia call?
Yes, twice.
Get it for me, will you?
Bell on the line, Mr. Maine.
Thank you, Sarah. Julia? Yes, I know, love. The case went on a bit. That's right. Like life, it goes on. What? No, that's something you should ask your own solicitor. Now, look, love, I use the only thing I know, the law. And I told Belle what would happen. Even got 2 chances, which is more than I've ever given anybody. Julia, don't cry. Please don't cry. It was the only thing I knew, and I had to use it. There's, of course, the children miss you. Come on, I was never any bloody good as a father, even when you were there. It's a bit late to expect any improvement now. Yes, they're fine. 2 polite little strangers. Please, Julia, stop crying. It doesn't do any good. You know your eyes look terrible for a week. I've told you they miss you, but that's all they miss. Selfish? Well, I always have been, but not now. Not in this. Do you know what Joanna asks every morning? She says, Daddy, I am going back to a proper school, aren't I? I'll be a good girl, I promise. Yes, I know all that. I've had a gutful of Mr. Bell's principles. I've seen him. Charlie cries when you ask him if he wants to go out and play. Julia, I don't want to be right. Nobody's right. Not me, not you, not Belle. Well, how do you think I feel?
The children stay awake at night, waiting for you to come in and kiss them. And I'm helpless. I stand there, I care about them. And I don't know what to do. Yes, Julia, I don't know. Yes, I will. And I'll give them your love. Take care. Sarah, get hold of Patrick over Bell. Tell him I want to see him here tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
I'm very grateful, Mr. Findon.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank the judge.
It won't be too much, will it? I know £15,000 sounds a lot of money, but they'll be able to afford £4 a week each.
What happens if they don't pay?
Well, life gets difficult for them. The process is fairly simple. If they don't pay, we slap a judgment summons on them every time they fall into arrears. They'll probably get tired of trotting into court every 3 or 4 months.
They're making enough money. Did you know that beforehand?
And some of it? One's a carpenter, the other's a watchmaker. Their solicitors' welfare connections are sometimes useful.
Well, my money is working at the wrong address.
Street market manners again. George, why don't you make some tea?
They're wearing a butler's uniform next.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that should do it. Did you manage to get hold of Bell?
He's coming in tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock.
Where's Findon?
With a client. What do you want?
This is formal notice that my clients are filing their own petitions in bankruptcy. Now try getting any money out of them.
That's a bit sharp, isn't it? Just after a judge's award of £15,000.
Sharp or not, it's legal.
They can afford £4 a week.
You know my views on that. Those 2 boys are paid for what they did. They're not paying any more.
Your idea or theirs?
I don't think that's relevant. What happens if they lose their jobs, can't pay?
You've seen Mrs. Clifford. She isn't going to badger anybody.
She's not going to get the chance. Just because 2 boys have a record doesn't mean they can be persecuted for the rest of their lives. Somebody else's hand in every pay packet they get. How long do you think they'll stay straight with that going on?
And how long do you think they'll stay straight with some biased ideological mouthpiece like you bending the law for them?
They're my clients. I do my best for them just as you do.
Can he do this?
Yes. You can't push your judgment summons at a bankrupt. Very neat. All worked out. I get on to Peter. He's to be with Mrs. Clifford. Tell him I want to see her. I'm on my way.
Silly, they can't do this, can they?
Oh, yes.
But she's blind and crippled.
So are a lot of people. And for the same reasons. Some work-shy hooligan with an iron bar. The court says it's very sorry and gives them a few pennies out of the fund. If you want to fracture your skull, love, do it in a motor car. It's more lucrative.
Langdon took it harder than she did. And it was a very angry man.
Same as you are.
What can we do?
Nothing. That's the law. Friedler's using it.
And the yobbo stays singing and dancing.
Why not? What does a bankruptcy matter to them?
There's got to be something.
There is. Change the law. Make the hooligans support the victims.
Silly, isn't it? We've got to do something, otherwise we join the Friedlers.
We've done that before now. But at least we never claimed social conscience as an excuse. But there's one small chance. If they get above Friedler and his underprivileged clients, we can't touch them. But you can go back to Mrs. Clifford tomorrow and dig out every insurance policy she's ever had. Take your time, go through them clause by clause, especially personal accident and theft liability. But don't count on too much.
And this won't bother Friedler.
We're not trying to bother Friedler, we're trying to help Mrs. Clifford. She's the client.
Mr. Bell's just arrived. He's a bit early.
You know, I've always thought this Taylor Two-Cities character was one of history's leading fakers. 'Tis a far, far better thing that I do now than I have ever done. I feel better playing Shirley Temple. Ask Mr. Bell to come in, will you, please?
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
No.
Mr. Bell, can you come in now, please?
I want to tell you one thing. I'm not a violent man, but I could kill you and go to prison for what you're doing to Julia.
Before we start, use your schoolteacher's mind. Cause and effect. My children, your beliefs. You sat there once and told me belief had a price. Well, now you're paying it.
I'm not paying it. Julia is.
She's grown up. She can work out if it's worth it.
It isn't. You haven't seen her. You told me she'd be in a mental home in 6 months if she lost the children. Well, I don't think she'll last as long as that. And I think it will be worse than a mental home.
Then what are you prepared to do about it?
Do? Well, there's nothing I can do.
Take another look at your beliefs.
That's got nothing to do with it. They're right. And I know they're right.
God, I wish I could ever be so sure. You know, I've learned one thing from this mess. I don't ever want to be as right as you are. I broke you because of your bigotry.
I came here to talk about Julia and the children.
You came here to listen. You will move house to something you can afford in a reasonable area. If you can't afford it, you will take money from me. My children will go back to schools of my choice. You will at no time preach or rant or push your misguided liberal principles at them. Have you understood that?
Yes.
Are you prepared to do it? And don't worry about the money.
No. You can't run lives with a checkbook.
Think about it. You've seen the alternative, and I've heard Julia weeping into a telephone.
I don't know if I can.
Well, if you can, and what's more to the point, if you can persuade me you can, I'm prepared to ring your solicitor and set up a deal. I will retain legal custody, but I will not oppose any application by Julia for care and control of the children.
Does that mean that she could have them back?
On those terms, yes. There's a very good chance.
I don't know.
You make me sick. And when Julia takes the overdose, you'll be there pouring a glass of water.
Let me think.
Talk to him now. It's got to be important, Friedel, otherwise you're going to be thrown down 2 flights of stairs to your social experience.
Last night, my clients were attacked. They were caught separately as they left work. They're both now in hospital. One of them was a watchmaker. They smashed his hands. All he'll be able to do now is sweep floors.
You're in the wrong place. It's not a police station.
I've been to the police. You can guess how much sympathy I got there. I know who did it, and I know why. A gang of street market thugs. I now want to know from you the name of every one of Mrs. Clifford's associates concerned with this case. I intend to find them and prosecute them with the full rigor of the law.
When I do that, you call it persecution.
You can't stand there and condone this. A senseless, vicious beating. You're a lawyer.
I can't condone it because I don't know about it. Yes, I am a lawyer. I understand what happened yesterday. The bankruptcy move was very neat. But I can see that some of Mrs. Clifford's friends might think this was one time when the law had nothing to do with justice.
I want to see Mrs. Clifford.
Not while she's my client.
There are 2 boys in hospital. One of them still unconscious.
And all for £4 a week, what some people would call a fair price, but not you. And you know what's really ironic about this, Friedler? Your boys can claim from the Criminal Injuries Board, but you had to make them bankrupt. So the first 15,000 of anything they get goes straight to Mrs. Clifford. And now get out! Another man of principle. Seems to be a bloody epidemic of them. Well, Mr. Bell, have you fought?
Yes. I accept. And thank you, you're being generous. I shall keep my part of the bargain.
I'm not in the handshakes business. I'll put it in writing. Win a few, lose a few. Sometimes you can't tell the difference.